What?
Okay.
Good? Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Rachel, please call the roll.
Yeah, 20-foot wide driveway.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Oh, make the addition bigger.
Here.
You just went to parking, because you know the parking.
Please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the notice having been sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster and filed at the office of the Township Clerk July 12, 2017. Emergency notice. There's an emergency exit through the courtroom doors and two in the rear. No smoking, please. Why do we even say that? Don't people know? No new cases will be started after 11 p.m. and no new testimony after 11:30. In addition, the applicant will be limited to 45 minutes of testimony. All meetings will be video and audio taped and shown on the Township of Ocean's Community Cable Channel 22, on Verizon Fios Channel 77 on Cablevision. All cell phones must be turned off. If you need to make a call, please call outside. Carried cases to July 19th, 2018. Dennis Randall, Gerald Miller, Block 131, Lot 11, 2001, South Wanamassa Drive, Wanamassa. Morris Dweck, Block 43, Lots 1 and 2, 300 Parker Avenue, Deal Park. David Hamadani, Block 25.27, Lot 7, 199, Oakhurst Road, Oakhurst. 485 South Edgemere Drive, LLC, Block 76, Lot 5, 485 South Edgemere Drive, West Allenhurst. Maurice and Aline Benjamin, Block 22, Lot 38, 250 Overbrook Avenue, Oakhurst. Fahar and Rebecca Salome, Block 22, Lots 44.02, 249 Overbrook Avenue, Oakhurst. Also, case number 7 tonight will be carried to July 19th. Todd and Lauren Hundley, Block 73, Lot 8, 515 Beechwood Avenue, West Allenhurst, Zone 5. Case carried to August 16th, 2018. Orrin Linder, Block 40.03, Lot 3, 608 Deal Road, Ocean. Minutes for approval. They listed?
Yeah.
Okay. March 15th, 2018. Somebody offer?
Make a motion.
Second? What?
Or L.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And Mr. Wardle?
Yes.
April 19th, 2018. Regular meeting. Somebody offer?
Offer a motion. I'll second.
Mr. Wardle, you're gonna
Okay, I'll offer.
I'll second.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
And Mr. Shepherd?
Yes. Resolutions and memorializations. They're posted on the board. Seeing that nobody wants me to read them, I'm going to offer them as a group. Can I do that?
We have to do... We should do them all separately.
Okay. Okay, I'll do them all separately. Chris Schwartz.
All separately?
Well, okay, we can do Schwartz, Donato, Tilton, and Duffy all together, and then do Towel separately.
Why tell separately?
One member wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Salt Towel. I'll do that first. Salt Towel, Block 22, Lot 110. 1 Joanna Court, Oakhurst, bulk variance approval. Somebody offer?
I'll offer. Second.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And Mr. Wardle?
Yes.
I'm going to offer the rest as a group. Chris Schwartz, Block 1.03, Lot 9, 5 Frederick Drive, Ocean, bulk variance approval. Christopher L. Donato, Block 113, Lot 38, 49 Wanamassa Point Road, Wanamassa, bulk variance approval. Chris Tilton, Block 138.01, Lot 35, 1104 Brower Boulevard, Wanamassa, bulk variance approval. And Michael and Carol Ann Duffy, Block 205, Lot 4, 1127 Highway 35, Ocean, use variance approval. Somebody offer?
I offer.
Second?
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And Mr. Wardle?
Yes.
That brings us to case 1, Michael and Carol Ann Duffy, Block 205, Lot 4, 1127 Highway 35, Ocean, Zone 0140. This is an application for minor site plan approval with C variances for a personal training facility. Use variance approval was previously granted on May 17, 2018. Attorney for the application is Jennifer Krimko.
How are you, Mr. Chairman?
How are you?
Good, and just for the record, Jennifer Krimko, on behalf of the applicant, I understand from Peter Falva, who I'm sitting in for, that all of the testimony was given at the last hearing, all of the plans were addressed. The one plan that was testified to was not in 10 days in advance, so it just needs to be moved into evidence tonight. And then I believe that Mr. Higgins, and then I believe Mr. Higgins will be issued a report outlining the variances. The use variance was granted, and it's just to memorialize those variances
Correct.
that are existing
But
conditions.
I just thought that there were revised plans
Sure.
after the meeting.
Right, correct, and that's what you
So
Not
we-
at-
They were testified to as
At
an
the meeting,
exhibit,
okay.
as a, for information only, and then they were submitted.
Let's get those.
So do we have to mark those?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can
So
we mark those, please?
where did you leave off, Rachel?
A4 is what they'll be.
Okay, there'll be A4, so it's the site plan, minor site plan prepared by WJH Engineering, and they are revised through May 29th, 2018.
Yep, I'll mark them A4.
Okay. So, they're marked. Jim, do you have anything else to add at
Jim,
this
it's-
point?
Mark the packet B2, actually.
Yes.
We're remarking the packet?
There's a new packet.
Okay, then
I'll mark
please,
B2.
mark it B2.
And the engineer's, applicant's engineer's letter. Basically, on this one, we had gone over, in theory,
Right,
all the bulk variances required.
Right.
And they are basically for re-striping and
I remember that,
reconfiguring the parking, which caused about 6 variances, and existing conditions and landscaping deficiencies.
That's correct. There
and some
are
design
about
waivers.
20 variances that are technically necessary.
okay,
Every one of them is either an existing condition or an existing condition that has been improved.
Approved, right.
but we went over that last week.
Yeah,
No,
we've
you're
done it
right.
all,
Right.
but I hesitated to have the board vote
Right.
on bulk variances until we could recite them at
Okay.
least
Yeah.
in a resolution, so we know what we're granting.
Okay,
And if you feel that's appropriate, you can move to approve all of the bulk variances set forth in Jim's letter.
okay.
If you want to close the public
Well,
hearing. I forgot
first
about that
let's
part.
see, is there anyone from the public here to be heard? Okay,
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
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 Okay, so what,
Okay, well, you could. Well, I've already prepared resolutions, which Rachel has,
okay,
and what you would be voting on and memorializing tonight are these resolutions, which are based on Jim's report, granting all of the variances set forth therein.
I'm gonna offer that.
I'll second.
And Russ is second.
Who was the sec?
Which one are we doing?
We're doing the bulk.
Oh, bulk. Okay, everybody comfortable with that? We went over this last month?
We
Yeah, okay.
could have actually done it last week, but we didn't have the itemized bulks.
Okay.
For the bulk.
And-
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Malta?
Yes.
We're not reading.
Yes.
We're not reading the resolution.
Yes.
Okay, now, somebody
Now you have a site plan resolution to approve that site plan, as testified to at length tonight by their engineer.
okay, somebody offer?
Which also includes design waivers, about 3 or 4 design waivers,
Okay,
which are basically landscaping, aren't they?
That's correct.
Landscaping design waivers, which cannot be accommodated in any way, although they are improvements over the existing.
right,
And this is conditioned upon 2 items. I forgot what they were. They're conditioned upon not Jim's letter. They're conditioned upon curb cuts and bumpers. It's curb cuts and bumpers because we did not grant that design waiver. There's no reason they can't.
Yes.
Not curb cuts. Curbs or bumper stops.
Curbs or buffer stops.
Stops for the parking.
Okay.
And B, it's subject to final approval of all engineering by Bill.
okay,
And it's the site plan that you approved last week,
okay,
in
okay,
theory.
okay.
I offer.
Second. Okay, Rachel, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes,
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
Thank you.
that's it, right?
Yeah, we basically did it last month, but we needed to clean it up a little bit.
Thank you.
And we're memorializing
That's it. You got the
Right.
vote.
Yeah.
You got. It's only one vote.
Which brings us to case 2. Eric Seton, block 71, lot 2, 706 Laurel Avenue, West Allenhurst. This is an application to install a paver patio with variances for side yard, rear yard setback under minimum. Good evening, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Thank you.
Good. Please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Eric Seton, 706 Laurel Avenue, West Allenhurst.
Okay. Rachel, you want to mark the packet?
Yeah, I'll mark it.
Was he here
Two,
before?
I believe.
Marking
Yes,
that B2?
B2, correct.
B2? Okay. Mr. Higgins?
That's okay. When was this on before?
This was on March.
What date?
15.
Okay, basically, I think the main issue, most of the variances are existing conditions that really can't be changed. There's a 4-foot planted area at the rear of the building. The ordinance, let's see, it would be 4-foot setback at the rear of the building of the patio. And the depth of the proposed patio is approximately 16 feet. They only have 20 feet to work with. And I think what the board has to decide is whether that 4-foot setback is appropriate enough to provide screening in that area. Other than that, I don't have any real concerns with the application.
Okay.
Maybe I can add something to help that. That, if you remember my March report, I had appended a tax map to show you how tight everything is back there. So I'm not sure what's adequate for screening it. Everything's really
Right.
tight. However, what I want to tell you is that as it currently exists, Mr. Seton's rear yard drains toward the houses behind him, and the topography appears marginal. As we've had some technical review meetings, we've worked through the drainage. The patio will have a small, it'll be a paver patio with a curb to match the pavers that directs all the water northward to the street and away from the neighbors' properties, which can't do anything but benefit the neighbors' properties. So there's another thing to consider in granting the variances.
Okay.
Other than that, I have nothing else to say because they did everything we asked.
Okay. Mr. Seton?
I think they covered it. I mean, you know, we're in a little tight space.
Right.
Everyone's on top of everybody. So we're just trying to beautify the backyard.
Uh-huh.
There's already an existing fence. We are going to plant trees to provide privacy. And, you know, I worked with Mr. Fitzgerald to alleviate any of his concerns about drainage, and channel the water away. So I think I've done everything I can to satisfy this board.
Anybody from the board have any questions?
The emerald green arborvitae grow up.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Enough. They're not monsters.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what they'll scale well in there.
yeah.
Okay, any requirement as to number or anything like that? I mean, there's a fence there. There's not a.
So
I don't have any Okay. problem with
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay. Anybody from the public to be heard? Like to,
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
okay. Rachel, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Jessica?
Yes.
And Mr. Wardell?
Yes.
Action.
Offer for a positive resolution?
Somebody
Second.
say. Rachel, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Jessica?
Yes.
Mr. Wardell?
Yes.
That's it.
Please see Rachel tomorrow. Give her a call.
Thank you.
That brings us to case 3, Jack Shama, block 25, lot 26, 2 Weinberg Court, Oakhurst, zone R2. This is an application to keep an existing swing set on a corner lot with variance for front yard setback under minimum. Attorney Robert D. Faber, Esquire.
Good evening.
Farber, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Rachel, what are marked as exhibits so far?
No. We'll mark the packet first as B1.
Never been on.
Go from A1.
Okay. I have 4 other exhibits I would like to have marked, please.
Can you speak into the microphone and tell us what they
I
are?
apologize, Mr.
Thank you.
Chairman. I would have 4 other exhibits to be marked. The first one that I would like to mark A2 is a copy of a survey that I marked up. A1, I'm sorry, I thought you said the packet was A1.
Packets
In the packet.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry. So A1 would be a copy of the survey. A2 would be a series of 7 photographs that show the Shema home. A3 would be a series of 5 photographs that show 2 homes, both on the west side of the corner of Shadow Lawn and Clark. And A4 shows a home on Roselle. And,
He wants it here, right? They're all things. Can't- Where can you put it?
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board, this is a bulk application. My client installed a swing set on the side yard of his home, contrary to the ordinance, which requires in the backyard. My client has a corner home, which technically gives him 2 side yards and not really a backyard area. Nonetheless, we want to point out, and we will elicit testimony that will show, number one, that this swing set is in the only place it can practically be. Number two, that it in no way interferes with the drive lines or the view of any drivers or anything. It's far back, towards the back of the home.
Okay.
And
Let's
from-
let our professionals round this out first, and then
Okay.
you can
No problem.
go ahead.
Thank you.
Sure, you want me to read my
Kim,
report?
please.
Okay, the applicant is requesting to maintain an existing swing set slide in the running court front yard. The site is a rectangular shaped corner lot with approximately 130 feet of frontage on Weinberg Court and 110 feet of frontage on Wenning Court. It is occupied by a single family residence and has a swimming pool, concrete patio, all of which are located, which occupy most of the rear yard, and a trampoline in the western side yard, and the subject swing set in the front yard facing Wenning Court. The ordinance requires a minimum 50-foot front yard setback, 10-foot side yard setback, and 40-foot rear yard setback. Accessory structures including pools, patios, and the subject swing set are required to maintain the front setback as well as 10-foot side and rear yard setbacks. As the site exists now, the entirety of the rear yard and side yard are occupied by accessory uses, a swimming pool and patio in the rear yard, and a trampoline in the side yard. It should be noted that the swing set slide could be located in the area currently occupied by the trampoline. The existing swing set slide is set back approximately 18 feet from the front property line and is approximately 15 feet tall. There is no screening around it so that it's plainly visible. It should be noted that there are no other similar structures in the subject neighborhood. I did that inspection in January.
Where is the trampoline?
Front yard.
It's in the,
Oh,
the
it's side.
trampoline's in the side yard. There's one side yard on the property because it's a corner lot. There's 2 front yards, a rear yard, and a side yard. So on the western side yard, there's a trampoline.
Next to lot 25, as you look at this.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any pictures?
Of what?
Of that?
This is swing set.
I guess so.
Like I said, it's in your packet.
Just what's in the packet. Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I have a report dated May 16th, notwithstanding planning considerations, I have no engineering argument to offer in support of the application.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, the only thing I would say with all due respect is you did your inspection in January. I did
Yes.
my inspection about a week ago. And there are at least two swing sets in side yards very similarly to this one that are in that actual neighborhood. They're on the western side of Shadow Lawn and Clark. I have pictures of them. They constitute A3. They are actually closer to the intersection. None of them are screened, and they're
And they may also be been put up without approvals. Just because they're there doesn't mean, that.
I know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you said
yeah.
they're not.
That's why I said I did my inspection in January when I did the report.
The one on Roselle Avenue is fairly new, so, and it's
Yeah.
not approved.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So
that one definitely is in the side yards, but
They'll get a summons. Thank you.
in any event,
Rachel, you got the name.
pardon?
zoning officer out.
Well, they'll send the zoning officer out.
In any event, if the board will review A1, there are trees in the western corner where there currently is a trampoline, and with the patios and all, there would not be sufficient space to put the swing
Are
set.
you testifying or they
No,
testifying?
I'm just mentioning that, so. I will, I just want to answer some of that, just to move this along.
Okay.
You're
Are you going to
honestly-
testify?
Mr. Shimon,
Yes,
you
sir.
can testify.
There's
Yeah.
definitely
Do you
no
have-
room.
Do you affirm to tell the
Yes,
truth, the
I
whole
do.
truth, and nothing but the
Yes, I
truth?
do.
Okay,
Mr.
please state your name and
My
address.
name is Jack Shama, 2 Weinberg Court.
Thank you.
Mr. Shimon, describe where the trampling is and why you placed the swing set here.
Well, there's definitely no room where the trampoline is. It's a very narrow space, and there's a fence by my neighbor. If they're gonna swing, they're gonna swing into the fence. And if you look, and then on the other side of the trampoline is the concrete, and then the wall of my living room. So they're gonna swing into the wall or into the fence.
And in terms of the location where you placed the swing set, it's the only practical space you have?
Yes, it is.
Now, are any children allowed there unsupervised?
Never, and I can testify to that.
Okay, you just did. Now, if the board required it, would you be willing to put a fence or some shrubbery around that, camouflage it?
I would put a fence around it if I have to, but I'd rather not. I mean, my neighbors come and use it, and we, very friendly, and it's really harmless, I think.
The issue here is that there's already two accessory things on the property. There's a pool, a large concrete patio, and a trampoline. So now we're adding a swing set. If there was no concrete patio that took up pretty much the whole backyard, you could put a swing set back there. This is very tough because how do we approve something like this that's going way far out of our zoning issue? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's no hardship here. None.
Well, the only thing as a legal argument I might make is that in terms of the placement of this does not create an issue with overbuilding an impervious water flow or anything like that. It's just a swing set. And it's something that's there that's contrary, but it's really rather harmless in the sense that for the salutary purposes you have your ordinance, this doesn't really interfere. This doesn't create a problem for neighbors. This does not create a nuisance. This does not affect water flow or any of the issues that you would be concerned about with overbuilt. I mean,
It's
we had room for.
What would be the positive
Yeah,
criteria?
yeah.
That's all the negatives. What would be the positive criteria
No,
for
we're
zoning?
here for 2 months a year to enjoy it and to have our grandkids
That's
enjoy
not
it.
zoning. The attorney knows what we're talking about. We're talking about zoning law.
The other problem is it is an attractive nuisance. Kids ride their bicycles in the neighborhood. There's no fence. There's nothing around it. You can't say it's not an attractive nuisance. It's like putting a swimming pool in and not having a fence around it and hoping that nobody goes in.
My client has
You know?
testified he would put a fence or shrubbery or both around it if the board.
Problem is then there's a fence in the side yard and a fence
In the front yard.
in the front yard.
Well, it's a front yard because it's a corner lot.
Yeah,
We
that's right.
technically have the two front yards. It's one of the disadvantages of having a corner. That does, I think, create somewhat of a hardship because of the situation.
But that means you'd have a hardship with every corner lot in the township then.
I clearly hear your argument.
yeah.
Just advocating for my client.
I understand, I understand.
Why does it have to be in the middle?
This,
I mean, it's a story and a half high.
right.
This is not like a couple of swings that might be 6 or 8 feet high and a similar type slide. This is a large structure
Right.
in a front yard. I think those who have seen me here, for a number of years, know that I'm typically supportive of affording relief to homeowners with a side, 2 front yards, so they're on a corner lot. But
Push it back.
I'm looking at the scale of this. It's not a small structure. So I mean,
2 feet for the driveway.
unless I hear some positive
Can I
reasons.
just ask a question?
Yeah.
The dotted line, which parallels the swing set, on the survey. Is that
Yeah.
the setback line?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Can he get it behind the setback line?
Well, he's into his concrete patio.
Or into the walkway? But no, it looks like there's some distance.
Nah, not enough.
Well,
This is a pretty, Mark, it's a pretty big operation.
I mean,
What hap-
that's
what hap-
that's part of the
Hard to
issue.
tell,
It's,
but
it's a
it's
large
probably-
structure.
It's probably something like 12 by 16 or 10 by 16.
What happens if you move the trampoline on a concrete patio and you move the swing set where the trampoline is?
I think,
But I think there would be a problem with the trampoline on a concrete patio.
Usually
If
If
netting.
somebody fell, but,
You can put pads or
But,
balloons.
The netting
No,
on?
but there's no room for the
Yeah.
swing set there.
No,
Doesn't fit.
the trampoline. If the trampoline goes on the concrete patio and then,
The swing set won't fit on the area where the trampoline is.
That's how big it is.
it's, how big is the swing set then? Because you've got 20 feet there
It's big.
between your sidewalk
They
and.
swing
the-
though.
What?
When the kids swing, they're either gonna hit the fence or they're gonna hit the wall in front.
But the swings should not go beyond the
yeah.
bracing.
No, but you can
Oh,
see,
yeah, it
you can just
does,
see from the
absolutely.
ramp how
I think
far
the
it
Wait a
goes
minute,
out.
keep- aren't going anywhere.
The
Really?
swing
Yeah.
set.
So you can see the ramp here.
Not
That
the
goes much
structure, the
further
arc.
than a swing.
If
So
you
have
look
to
at it
have
real carefully,
distance
Ray,
on
and you
here
look through,
and
Well,
way
the,
over here.
well,
Beyond
the ramp, yeah.
you can see
So-
that the angular supports that keep it stable when they're swinging. They're just way in the back.
What I'm asking is, do the swings go out beyond the supports?
Well, it's stable, but they probably do. If you're really swinging and having a good time, you could probably get past the vertical supports. I don't know whether they get past the angular supports way in the back, but they're not easy to see. You can see that it's a double
Right.
kind of a swing, and it's as it sits, the back of the swings are halfway out the angled supports.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to get out there, but it's not going to tip it over. I mean, it's not an unsafe thing. It's just fairly large.
Yeah. I guess it keeps coming back to that. I'm just.
I mean, it looks like that could
Astounded
go
by
on
the
the
size
patio
of it.
easier than the trampoline and probably be safer.
Yeah,
That swing
that's
is not
right.
something you're going to fall off of easily.
No.
But we
Any other
haven't done
comments?
many of these in front yards over the years like this.
So, sir, the white fence that I see in this picture here, it's got the basketball hoop here. So the swings are on the other side of that, right? Is there any opportunity to push that white fence further? It still probably needs some kind of variance, so bring it too close.
Yeah,
But is there any opportunity to make space there and bring the put the fence out?
White
bring the
fence would have
swings
to come
in.
out into the front yard. It's just 6 feet high and solid, it would require a variance.
Well, if you
But
put
that
it,
would still be a better situation than what you have now.
but it would be inside the front yard setback, so the requirement for a fence
Right.
is that there's the setback line.
Yeah, there's a setback.
So
I
that
don't
if the
think
fence came,
The swing set won't fit in that.
it can't fit over in here.
Yeah,
and
fit
bring-
over there, yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Where is he putting?
On the
On
concrete
the
patio.
Oh, on the concrete patio.
I'm not on the patio. I'm thinking creating some space on grass.
There's not enough room in there.
Yeah.
You'd be taking the patio out, or you'd have it straddling it, Rob.
Why don't these fences?
If you do that, you might as well put it on something level. And if you do that, you also don't need to be here.
Well, she's
I'm
done it for
sorry.
you. She's not-
If you'd like to testify, be sworn in.
If a fence goes up, it can only be 3 feet in height in the front yard, or it has to be open at 4 feet.
Yeah,
That's the maximum height you can get in the first 50 feet. So it requires another variance.
So gate's not an option? A fence around it is not an option?
Not where it is.
not where it is.
You're only permitted a 3-foot solid fence in that area. 3 feet high. It's not gonna screen it.
You see, part of the problem is too, we don't have the dimensions of the swing set. So you
Yeah, all
can't
I'm
really
going
tell
by is,
how
I'm
it
looking at
works.
the picture, I'm
How
seeing
it-
something very large.
Yeah,
If
see,
you put
as
your
I look
car
at
before,
this-
it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
You
That's
could
true.
move this
That's
right
true.
here and move the fence out a little bit, as I would look at it, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
He can do it all, and he doesn't even need to be here. That's the thing. If he moves the fence out to the setback line, it would be permitted.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could put the fence in, it would even go outside the walk, John, and he'd still be okay with the fence. 'Cause
But if that's the setback line,
That little
You
dotted
move the
line,
fence to it, the swing set would have to go on the actual concrete.
pretty much.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
keep it on the grass. Maybe have the fence within the setback line. That's the easier thing for me to vote for than.
In other words, bring it out another 5 feet or so
Yeah.
into the front yard, the fence, and have it, 45 feet
Exactly.
back,
Yeah.
and then have the swing set behind
Yeah.
it at least.
I have to defer to my professionals on that. What do you think about that?
We don't have the dimensions, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard, without the dimensions, it's hard to tell, how far it would go out.
Okay, so
And
that's fine.
The other- the
Here's
other
my
real issue-
suggestion. Get us the dimensions of the swing set, and then come back here again.
That's what I was going to ask, if we may adjourn this so we could get the.
Maybe have a
have some
technical review
audience.
meeting.
Excuse me?
You have audience people.
Yeah, I'll get to that, but I think you need a review meeting with
If there's anyone
on
who
Bill
can
and
do it.
Jim. Okay,
All right.
that's what you really need. And
Why would
and
Mr. Chairman ask
Well,
for that
well, then-
opportunity?
wait,
Well,
but
I'm not finished with the hearing yet.
hold on.
There could be people-
Is there anybody from the public to be here? Please stand up. You have to get on the microphone over here. State your name and address.
Hi, my name is Ross Cohen. I live across the street at 1 Weinberg Court.
Okay.
And being a person who feels that the setback rules are there for a reason, feel that the swing set is not in compliance and a terrible eyesore and tremendously unsafe. It's there 10 weeks. They're here 10 weeks. It's up 42 weeks when they're not there.
Correct.
And children who go to the synagogue and come into the area for a weekend hang from the rafters and play on it. And I stand there watching them so that I make sure that they're okay. It's an eyesore when they're not here. I have to look at that ugly thing and wonder what child is going to break their arm or leg by swinging from the rafters on it because no one's around to watch. It's not a safe item and it's not a pretty one to look at from my point of view. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else from the public to be heard? Okay, we're going to carry this case, and we're going to. I would suggest that you have a meeting with the professionals, and we're going to carry it to July 19th.
That's not a good day for us. I'm sorry. It's my wife's birthday. I'm not coming here on my wife's birthday.
Well, then we could carry it to August if you want.
We'll carry it to August.
Right.
And
You know,
just,
that's-
just gonna be
wait a
there
minute.
that much longer.
What?
It's going to stay up all summer.
Yeah. I mean,
That's not fair, because they go on a month later and it's up again for 10 months. It's not fair.
In response to the concern that you've just had, if in August they decide not to grant it, then it's going to go down, or it will be fenced in.
When
but-
they're away from their house for the day and children are using those swings without.
I mean, is
I'm
it
sorry.
that big
I'm
a
sorry,
deal
but you
take
have
it
to
down?
speak into the microphone if you want to do
Excuse me.
this.
Is it that big a deal to take it down? It's a swing set.
No, it's got to come down. It should come down. It should come down.
It doesn't belong there, it's not approved, and if it gets approved, it can go back up, but it's only a swing set, it's not
It's
a
got-
foundation.
Okay, then it's got to come down. What's it? What's the amount of
Store in the
time?
garage. I'm sorry.
The amount of time to give them to take it down?
July 19th.
7 days?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
Oh, it's got to come down in 7 days.
Okay.
By July 1st, how's that? I mean, that's more
Okay.
than 7.
By July.
My
Okay.
client will comply with that, but if you could, put it back on for July 19th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure that you call Mr. Kirk.
We'll talk to him tomorrow, and
Okay.
I'll try and set up a meeting.
The answer, by the way, is we have no way to enforce that. It's going to come down by July 1st, then he's going to come back.
He's got to come back July
19th.
19th.
Or if he adjourns it till August. But if it's not down when he comes back on July 19th, the board will deny it. That's all.
Well,
Now, Mr. Chairman, rest assured, I'll speak to my client. It will go
Okay.
down.
All right.
July 1st.
okay, we're carrying this case until July
You're gonna have to
19th.
move it anyhow. So you got to take it down.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Next case is case number 4, David and Leila Stoltz, Block 50, Lot 6, 404 Runyon Avenue, Westfield, Zone R2.
Is the 21st. Yeah, yeah, actually,
I'm
it
gonna
isn't.
take it, I'll keep it.
This is an application to demolish an existing one-story single-family home and construct a new 2-story single-family home, in-ground pool, and cabana with variances for lot size under minimum and lot width under minimum.
Just have one sentence.
What's your question? So we only have one approved so far?
Hi, I'm David Sultan.
What, are you both going to testify?
I think I'm going to be testifying, and I have with me Mike Severies.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I did.
Please state your name and address.
David Saltz. Currently, we live in Silver Spring, Maryland, but we're planning to move here after our house is built. So, do you want our local address here? Or
Give us your local address. Doesn't matter.
Okay, 404 Runyon.
Okay, good. Okay, and you, sir, are going to testify. Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Michael Savaris, 34 Sycamore Avenue, Little Silver, New Jersey. Unit 304, MSA Architects.
You've testified here before, right? Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay, Rachel, mark the packet, please. That's good. And Mr. Higgins,
Yes.
have a report?
Basically, it's a undersized lot. Minimum lot width is under, and width and area are undersized. And there's nothing that can be done to increase the size of the lot. Everything around is developed.
Right.
What's missing here?
Yeah. And no other variances are necessary.
Okay.
There's a waiver necessary from the tree location and preservation plan. They're taking down 5 trees. They're replacing them with 3 4-inch caliber trees.
Okay.
But quite frankly, 2 of the 5 trees that they're taking down are dying. They're gonna have to come down anyway.
Okay.
So I don't have a problem with that.
I have a problem with the application.
Wait a minute. Can I just say one thing? Did you mark these? Was it? Wait.
Not yet, no.
Well, okay, once the house is gone, we have an undersized lot. So he's gotta offer this, the buyer sells to the adjacent neighbors. Are they in the packet? Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
now
we're good?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Can you?
Okay, I didn't see that.
All right.
I must have gone over this with you before. Okay.
Jim, anything else?
They're not in my packet, though. Oh, letters. Here they are.
Jim,
Yes.
anything else?
Nope. Nope.
Bill.
I don't have a problem.
I think it's a really good application.
Okay.
So, but having said that, it's the neighborhood that we're absolutely flooding. And so everything that comes in, we're asking for mitigation of increased impervious cover. They have a proposal. It needs some work, but if they'll agree to it all, I'm good to go instantly.
Okay, so
So-
really cut to the chase, thank you.
Wait.
Wait, okay.
Did we mark these now?
Where are the proofs of service? You have better?
I have that.
You have better than I have? Okay. Obviously, Dr. Sharabi answered.
Yes.
But,
Bank did not. There's a proof of service to the bank.
but the bank did not, but we had, oh, I remember this one, and we did send it certified mail, and you got all the receipts. Okay, you have all the, this has been on for a while.
Very long.
Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, I apologize. I don't want to hold anything up.
Okay, so what you passed out, those are copies of.
Of the plans that were submitted.
Okay, so I'm just gonna mark my set.
Sure. One.
Okay,
You want the set 1 and the rendering 2?
I jumped the gun, I should have included the package. But we must have discussed this 4 months ago.
Yeah, yeah.
1-9, yeah. Because I made him notify you, so, and then the bank had it, what?
I'm gonna mark the architectural set A1.
Right.
And what else? do you want to-
They only need existing, there's nothing else they
Yeah,
can
I'll
do.
mark that A2. I have
Okay.
Good.
So they're gonna design
Okay. We're good on that end with everything. Good. Yes, sir.
There you go. So I want to thank you, I want to thank Ron Kirk, I want to thank Bill, Bill again for
Not
their
thanking me.
reviews of the application and making this process tonight very simple. Took a long time to get here, but we're here. To put in a nutshell, we have a lot that has required to be 22,500 square feet. Our lot takes you down to 100 square feet. It's required to have a lot width of 125 or 100 square feet. Can't do nothing about it. We can't do nothing about it. We offered to buy and sell to the 2 neighbors. One rejected and one we haven't heard from. It's in foreclosure, I guess. And they want to build a very nice house that's conforming in every way, and it's going to be a nice improvement to the neighborhood that's got a French chateau style. Very simple.
We okay with the tweaking the drainage a little bit?
Yep, we're okay with that.
Good to go.
Good to go?
Nice application.
Subject to drainage.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a report, subject to my report of yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna have a.
We'll work it all out.
We'll work it out with Bill?
Yeah, we had one meeting prior, and
Okay.
there's about 5 more issues or something, but we're taking care of them.
They're all minor.
Yeah, they're all minor.
Anybody from the board have any questions? Anybody from the public to be heard? Motion to close the public hearing.
I move.
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll. Could tell we're rushing Rachel tonight. We gotta slow down a little.
I did.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd.
Yes.
And Mr. Burrell.
Yes.
I'll move for positive resolution. Need a second?
Second.
Go. Rachel, please call the roll. Same names, they didn't change.
Mr. Fuller.
Yes.
Mr. Capel.
Yes.
Mr. Levine. Or Miss Levine, sorry. Yes. Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd.
Yes.
And Mr. Burrell.
Yes.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, everyone.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome, good luck with it.
Thank you.
Next case is case number 5, CR Delay, block
Yeah, you can have it.
22, lot 6, 326 Roosevelt Avenue, Oakhurst, Zone R4. This is an application to construct a 2-story addition, covered front porch, and cabana with variances for lot under minimum, front and side yard setbacks under minimum, and building coverage over maximum. Ms. Krimko,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, how are you? Again, Jennifer Krimko on behalf of the applicant. Again, like the other application, we have a significantly undersized lot. We are not proposing to remove the house, so we were not required to send the letters to the neighbors. We're just seeking to put an addition on an existing house. We're basically maintaining the existing setbacks on the side and coming forward a bit for purposes of a covered porch. You're gonna hear from your engineer and your planner. I can tell you right now, and Bill doesn't even have to read his letter, we can comply with it. We had a TRM, we submitted some drainage information, and the engineer missed a couple of things, and we're happy to provide that. So we'll stipulate to Bill's letter altogether. With regard to Jim's letter, his only concern was building coverage, and as you're gonna hear from the architect, the building coverage variance is really necessitated by our desire to have covered porches on the front and on the back. And as you know, that is an aesthetic improvement, and you'll hear testimony as to why it's a better zoning alternative. So,
Okay, Rachel, mark the packet, please.
B1.
Thank you. Mr. Higgins?
Basically, I think Jen summarized my concerns, and quite frankly, with the discussion I had with her before the hearing, the issue of lot coverage, if it's just for the covered porches, I think really the covered porches add to the aesthetics of the building, and I don't have a significant problem with that. It's about 100 square feet total, I think. It's
right, I mean, we could eliminate the covered porches, eliminate the variance, but then you have a box instead of an architecturally pleasing house, as you'll see in the drawing. If I could just move everything into evidence.
Oh, let's hear Mr. Fitzgerald's
that was
report
it.
first.
I'll summarize it very
Okay.
quickly. There's a much improved stormwater management proposal. Just want
Okay.
to tweak it a little bit as with the last one, because again, there's another area where the federal government's paying to take down housing that it paid to put up. So we're trying to get past that and not make things any worse.
Okay.
Okay, having said that, the only other issue that I had, and it's really minor because it's not, I don't have my heels dug in, is if somehow the parking can be improved, because it's really tight. But, we're not looking to ruin a house over, because the house looks good.
I believe that there was a suggestion at the beginning of the hearing before it started between the professionals that the driveway be made a little wider to perhaps add a spot. And
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't create a coverage problem, which it shouldn't based on the maximum coverage, we don't have a problem with that.
Okay. All right, you want to mark something?
Sure.
Okay.
As A1, it's the plot plan prepared by Insight Engineering. It consists of 2 sheets, it's revised through 6/6/18. A2 is the survey by GTS Consultants dated 7/26/17. A3 is the, I just want to make sure this is the full plan. It is the architectural plans prepared by Michael Savary's Associates, and they are revised through 5/4/18. That's 2 sheets.
Okay.
That was what, A3 I said? Okay, and then A4 is the color rendered, yeah, I need a handout to the board? Okay, great, the color rendering of the proposed building.
Mr. Savarese, you've already been sworn.
Okay. Now, as you heard from the testimony, we have some existing nonconformities with the lot with regard to side yard, lot width, and we're proposing to just build on top of the footprint of the existing structure? Okay, and the only extension into any of the yards we're proposing is with regard to a covered front porch.
Correct.
And that necessitates a slight front yard setback, but again, it's better than having the box that we're
Right, it
dealing
gives
with.
much more character, as you can see by the rendering to the house. It's not in a box.
Okay, and then if we were to eliminate the covered porches, we would be under the building coverage.
Correct.
So we're asking for the variance as to building coverage to allow us the ability to have the covered porches as the aesthetic improvement.
Correct.
That's about it, huh?
Yeah.
Anybody from the board have anything? Anybody from the public? Oh, come on up. Take the microphone. State your name, address.
Hi, I'm Sherry Rosen, 328 Roosevelt Avenue, house right to the west of the
So it's,
house.
just so I'm clear, it's,
Lot 7? That
No,
makes
I
sense?
just
Lot
wanna-
5, lot 5, I think.
it's this big
Oh, no, I'm
triangle?
sorry, it's
Yes.
lot 7, yeah, lot 7.
So just, is she sworn or no?
I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Okay. Because I have questions about her house.
Okay. Please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I did.
Okay.
It is Lot 5, yeah.
Now,
Well, I have one question, is that there's 3 feet right now from their house that's existing right now to the property line. So one of my questions is, I don't know how they're gonna build and put something on top of that without coming in on my property or putting construction material going onto my property. There's been problems in the past where the property lines have not been respected. I've had their fence that was put up.
Well, can I
was
just
put-
place an objection on the record for 2 reasons? One, we're not 3 feet from the property line, we're 4.1 feet from the property line. 2, this board is not an enforcing agency.
Right.
If there's trespass or other issues related to anybody trespassing on your property, this board is not the board.
you would
that's
have to
gonna
call the
give you
police.
Okay.
They can't grant us permission to go on your property. I can stipulate for the record that all the construction will be done on our property. We're not seeking an easement from Mrs. Rosen.
Okay. So they're gonna stay off your property.
I can tell you, Mr. Rosen, I've been involved with a lot, it can be done, but you would
I mean,
simply...
they damaged the property before and did not put it back to what they said they were going to do.
I don't doubt that. I think all that's being said is that that's not this board's issue, and they can't act affirmatively or negatively based on that. Even if it is true, there are other agencies in the town that would deal with that. Unfortunately, but I mean, they can actually do what they want to do as long as they restrict their construction access to the other side, their driveway.
My
So
other-
if they don't do it, then it's a problem, and you should report it. Because they don't, no one has a right to be on your property without your permission.
Other concerns, or is that with putting, I guess there's a cabana that's being put on the back end of the property also?
Right, no variances are required for the cabana. It
Okay, but
conforms.
does that take care of the overall amount of housing on the property?
Yes.
Because there's rooms there and everything. So there was like a variance for the total amount of building on the property going over that. Is that true?
Yes.
Does that include?
Yes.
Okay.
They're
So
required
my
to have a maximum 27% building coverage.
Okay, so
they
they're going.
have 28%.
Okay.
But
About
Bill-
100 square feet.
But also, just so you're aware, building coverage does not have anything to do with rooms. A garage would be considered building coverage. It's
Right.
based on having a roof.
Okay, but if that, my concern is more people using the property, because right now, we're having problems with noise. We're having problems getting in and out of our driveway. The driveway can be blocked because it appears that after the camp ends, all the buses are dropping kids off at this
Again,
house.
Mr. Chair, I
And
have
then
to-
at a certain time, everyone's coming to pick the
Now,
kids up.
again,
My
we can't-
driveway is being blocked.
I'm sorry, we can't make any kind of decision like that. If you have a problem with somebody blocking your driveway, and you'd have to seek help from the police first and say someone's blocking my driveway, and second, as far as traffics and camps go, we have no control over where the buses drop. You know, the buses are on a route.
No,
we
it just
don't.
seems like they're using it as a camp, with all the amount of kids
Again,
that are there every
Again,
single day in the summer.
Again, I don't know how many friends their children have. I can't.
And this is a daily basis, and there's kids crossing the street unattended without anyone watching.
But that again, this board cannot. This board has nothing to do with that. Okay, I'm sorry. All we're doing is granting a variance for 100 square foot over for a porch. That's what we're doing. We have no other jurisdiction whatsoever to anything that you've said. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound abrupt, but really, I don't. This has nothing to do with us.
Also, I have a question. Was she sworn? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yes.
You have a circular driveway, right?
Yes, and I
There are
got
two
a-
accesses.
I went and
You're not coming back out.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, you said, so.
Well, it's probably less safe to back out onto
I'm just
Roosevelt
saying,
Avenue.
it's not,
Well,
it's
how
certainly
could
not.
how could
A bus isn't long enough to cover
Both-
both
both.
accesses. So
that was
it's
just put in. We didn't have it before. That's one of the reasons we had to put it in.
what do you mean by buses coming to the property?
There's the camp buses.
Day
are
camp
dropping
drop off.
Day camp
But-
drop off.
Yes.
It's it's on the route,
Is that what you
evidently.
But it's the problem is not the buses. It's all the people who are picking up the kids afterwards.
Again,
The
Mr.
whole street gets picked up at a
But-
certain
but
time,
I-
and they're honking, and they're pulling into a
I-
driveway.
that's
They're
a-
blocking the
Again,
driveway.
that has nothing to do with the jurisdiction of this board.
Okay.
The pool house, as you indicate, it's a totally open area. It's got a kitchenette, a bathroom, and a little sitting area.
It's not a camp.
There's no, and it's also, there's a note on the plans, unconditioned space. That means no air conditioning, I assume. Unconditioned.
No heat either.
No heat, no HVAC will be installed. So it certainly can't be used for
Anything other than a pool house.
other than a pool house, right? So that's,
I'm just concerned about even more noise and more loud music and
okay, but again, that's it becomes a police problem.
Okay.
They can have a pool here, with or without the pool house, they can have a pool here.
Absolutely.
Actually, it's probably big enough to put a tennis court in the back. I don't know, it's wide enough, but.
By the way, there are noise ordinances in town. If you feel someone is making noise and they shouldn't be after the hours of the noise ordinance, again, you'd have to call the police. It's not something that's under our jurisdiction. I'm sorry.
And just as a note, as part of this application, we actually removed part of the pool patio. So we're actually moving the pool patio further away from your house than it exists today.
Is your house towards the front of Roosevelt, or
It's
adjacent?
honestly, I don't know how it ever got approved.
Is your house adjacent to this
It's
property?
literally set back.
Was it this big white house?
No, it's this one that was in
We
construction
went through all the
for about
permit
20 years.
process.
I know,
It's
okay.
within all the
Okay.
setbacks.
I don't think it
It
is.
was there, they just refurbished it.
No, I know. I
Yeah.
remember. I remember
It was
when
pre-existing.
100 years ago.
All right. Well, that's not what we're doing either.
Understood.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
I have one.
Okay. Please state your name and
Ruth
address.
Ann Sorensen. I'm at 324 on the other side.
About 7, no?
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and
Roosevelt.
you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay.
Okay, now, everything that you mentioned here. But I do have one question. The driveway being widened. How can it? Because if it is widened, it will go on my mother's property.
No.
Widen it into the property.
Widen it into the front of their house.
Yeah, well, the driveway is right next to our house.
It's going the other way.
It's going to be on the
It's going
other
west.
side to be widened.
It's going
not,
west.
Not toward your house.
Not toward your house. That'd be on your property.
Towards their porch.
Toward their porch.
Yes.
Away from your house. It's going west toward Mrs. Rosen's.
So it's another
In
way.
that general direction, not anywhere near it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Only a slight bit. We're just trying to get a little bit wider.
Yeah.
It's two concrete strips right
Go
now.
in front of these steps, so it's going that way to the east, west, the west.
So it'd be going towards Monmouth Road.
Correct.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
when you
that's
said
okay.
it.
You're allowed.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
like the
they-
idea, but I guess I don't have a choice. As far as looks go and how many people are going to be there.
That's correct. You don't have a choice over how it looks or how many people
I know.
will be there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else from the public to be heard? Motion to close the public
So
hearing.
before
Make
you
a
do that,
motion.
can you
Okay.
give me some wordage of what we're doing with the driveway?
Well, I think we're gonna have a technical review
Yeah,
meeting.
we'll work
talk
it out with Bill. We'll follow his
Driveway to be widened
And Jim.
and subject to Bill and Jim.
for Bill and Jim, their satisfaction, but we're widened to the west, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it can't go to the east.
No, then it'll be on her property.
Right.
It'll be to the west. I understand that. Okay, continue.
You have to come up
Come
and,
back
and
up
get the
here
microphone
again.
again.
And repeat your name again. We know the address.
Ruth Ann Sorensen, if it's going to be widened, how can it can't be widened all the way back to the backyard?
No. It doesn't have to be.
What? Not longer. Just widen.
In the front.
Just wider to the
Right.
to the.
Okay, so they'll have less grass. Okay,
Yeah,
that's all right.
but only a little bit. We're not looking to make a monster driveway here. It's
Okay.
only 50
It
feet.
would
Okay.
wind up looking like a driveway that leads to a two-car garage, except there's no two-car garage.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think it's gonna get that way.
No, maybe not.
'Cause you got the steps
Are,
and-
are you, Mark? Are you good?
And I have the information.
I made a motion to close the public hearing.
I need a second.
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Action.
Offer for positive resolution.
Second.
With this.
With stipulation, there'll be review meetings with our
We
professionals.
may not meet, but we'll submit plans
It's
subject to
gonna
their
be,
Subject to
approval.
their
actually,
approval.
subject to the applicant widening the driveway in a manner to be approved by Bill and Jim.
And subject to us complying with
Engineer's
Bill's letter.
And
Is that what you want?
That's what yes.
That's what I heard anyway, Mr. Ward.
Yep. Thank you.
I need a second.
And that's what I'm seconding.
Okay. Rachel, please call the roll.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please see Rachel tomorrow.
one more.
That was a case of, I don't want the direction
Okay, that brings us to case number 6, John and Virginia Pulverenti. Did I get that right? This is,
Sorry, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, hurry up, will you? I want to ride in that hot car I saw yesterday.
I'll give you a ride.
well, you bought a new car?
Yeah, you
I
got to see
had
this
a little
thing.
bit of a midlife crisis Monday.
Oh, boy.
You got to see this thing.
You're welcome.
It's cute.
Okay, this is an application to construct a sunroom addition with variances for rear yard setback, your rear yard setback under minimum, and lot coverage over maximum. Will you be testifying?
I guess, yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Virginia Pulverenti.
You have to speak louder than that.
Virginia Pulverenti, 210 Lakeview Avenue in Ocean.
Thank you. Please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Please state your name and address.
Herculino from Passman Herculino Architects, 1320 Alaire Avenue, filling in for Don Passman tonight.
And you have testified here 1,000,000 times, correct?
Almost.
Yes. Okay. Rachel, please mark the packet. Okay. Mr. Fitzgerald, Mr. Higgins.
Yes, well, it's an undersized lot to begin with, so there are definitely a hardship there. It's 10,000 square feet required, 8,500 square feet exists. The depth, 100 feet required, 85 feet exists. The front yard setback, 30 feet required, 25.05 feet exists. And the combined side yard, 25 feet required, and just a little bit under that, 24.53 feet exists. None of those existing nonconformities are impacted by the application. With regard to the variances that are impacted by the application, the rear yard setback, 30 feet is required, 14.8 feet exists, and 14.8 feet is proposed. But the addition is a short extension of that 14.8 feet, so that it's a little bit longer. Therefore, technically, there's a variance required. The building coverage, 27% is permitted, 43.8% exists, and 44.5% is proposed. That's an increase of about 45 square feet. I don't have a real concern with the application. I think they're improving the functionality of the building and the site, and the variances are minimal.
Is this back up to the lake?
Yeah, well, that direction.
Yeah. Okay.
Not on the lake, unfortunately.
Not on the lake. That's fine.
One block over.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I have a report dated the 20th, and I have no engineering concern. They're going to square off a room, and being an engineer, I like things square, you know. What's to tell you? Makes it more usable.
Mr. Ercolino.
I guess on sheet A1, we have an existing floor plan showing the existing sunroom that's there now. You can see where it's a 7'2" by 6'1", kind of a cutout area in the corner. And then right next to that, we have the proposed floor plan showing the infill of that. Ends up being 22 feet, 3 inches outside dimension by 12'1" is the other outside dimension. Just kind of makes the room much more functional. It's going to get raised up a little bit. Instead of 2 steps down, it's going to be 1 step down.
Okay.
It's going to get a nice little fireplace in it. I don't know what else to say.
Who built it the
Nice
other
little
way?
It's a nice application. Makes
Who
it
built
more
it the
fun.
other way?
I don't know.
I mean, when they built it.
That's why they're here to
But
correct
the
it.
exterior is going to the existing exterior. Right?
Yeah, the exterior is going to
Absolutely.
match. The same siding's going on there.
The roof, everything.
Excuse
The
me.
roof,
Yeah, roof is
everything.
going to match. Siding's going to match. It's going to look wonderful.
Good enough for me.
These guys wouldn't be here if they weren't going to do it.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Yeah.
Any questions from the public?
Yes.
Motion to close the public. Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mr. Dean? Yes. Mr. Malta?
Yes.
Mr. Cheska?
Yes.
And Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Action.
Offer a positive resolution.
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Ms. Dean?
Yes.
I know it. I mean, they get folders up.
Mr. Cheska?
Yes.
And Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you
Thank
call
you.
me?
Please call Rachel tomorrow.
No.
Good luck.
See, I got distracted, Mr. Malta.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you all. You've been great tonight. 8:35.
Alright, we're done.
Okay. We're out of here.
Could have done the other one.